Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel, and in this video I will be teaching you all you need to know about HTML hypertext markup language. As a beginner, this tutorial covers every aspect of HTML and all the HTML properties. Let's get started. Turn on your computer, open your Visual Studio Code application. If you don't have it, watch my previous video where I analyze on how to use Visual Studio Code and where to download it. So, starting with HTML overview. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language and is the most widely used language to write a web page. What is hypertext? Hypertext refers to the way in which a web page HTML documents are linked together. As its name suggests, HTML is a markup language, which means we use HTML to mark up a text document with tags that tells a web browser how to structure it to display. Originally, HTML was developed with the intent of defining a structure of documents like headings, paragraphs, lists, and so on and so forth, to facilitate the sharing of scientific information between the researcher. HTML is widely used for formatting of web page with the help of different tags available in HTML language.
The basic HTML document. This is the simplest form of the HTML document, and now we are going to type this code in our code editor, which is the Visual Studio Code, and preview it in our browser to see how it's going to look like. But before we start, I want you to take a look at what those tags stands for and their descriptions. So let's get started. After opening your Visual Studio Code, we create a new file, which is new file. Then we name the file, we give it a name, which is new document. We give it new document, new doc. So you save it, you give it an extension, which we are working on, HTML, and you give it .html. You save it. So after saving it, you see that the new text document has changed to new doc. Then let's write some couple of code, starting with the doc type declaration, then HTML opening tag and closing tag, the head, also the title. We give it title. This is the document title. Then the body too, opening tag and closing tag of the body, we give it h1. This is heading and paragraph. Document content goes here. The white dot is indicating on save file. Then we press Ctrl S to save it. Then after pressing Ctrl S to save it, the white dot will disappear. Then let's preview it in our browser by right clicking on the new dot, and then we preview it in File Explorer. It will take us to the initial stage where it's still saved. Then we click on it to open it on browser. So it's showing us this is heading and document content goes here. Those are the two things, the H1 and the P, as you can see. Like I said, H1, which stands for heading. So let's do some headings. We have 6 categories of headings according to their size. We have the H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, and H6. So H1 is the largest, followed by H2, followed by H3, followed by H4, followed by H5, and the H6 is the smallest part of it. So we use it for headings. We use them for headings. So after writing it from H1 to H6, now we preview it in our browser to see the result. Let's reload it. As you can see, this is the largest. H1 is the largest, followed by H2, followed by H3, followed by H4, H5, and the smallest heading is H6. So let's clear the content in the body and change our title, which we are still going to do another practice on paragraph examples. So paragraph doesn't have sizes like the heading. So paragraph is just paragraph, and you can have as many as possible paragraph with different parameter in a text code. So this is a paragraph now. We wrote, here is the first paragraph text, and then here is the second paragraph text. You get it? And also here is the third paragraph text. Here is the third paragraph text. Let's preview it in our browser. So as you can see, here is the first paragraph text, here is the second paragraph text, and here is the third paragraph text. So that's that on that on paragraph. Paragraph doesn't have any sizes. You can only add parameter to paragraph. Let's do another example on line break. So clear your title, write line break example, and in the body let's put some paragraph, then we put line break. Line break in HTML is shortened by BR, anchor tag BR. Let's write some other paragraph like hello, line break, you are delivered an assignment on time. The line break immediately after the hello. Let's put another line break at, as you can see. Let's put another one on the time, as you can see. So that's how to break a line, a sentence in HTML. See how the sentence look without the BR. So let's work on another HTML property, which is centering content. Centering content, how to center a content in HTML example. So change your title to centering content example, and let's write some paragraph. First paragraph, this text is not in the center. As you can see, this text is not in the center, and the second paragraph will now be this text is in center. So let's write center, anchor tag, closing. Center has an open and closing tag, as you can see. So you place your paragraph between the center, which is this text is in the center. Let's preview it in our browser to see the result. As you can see, the first text, this text is not in center, and the other one, the text is in center. So let's work on another HTML example, which is the clear your title, which is the horizontal line. Let's work on horizontal line example. How horizontal line work within the paragraph. So let's write some paragraph. The first paragraph, let's write something in the paragraph. This paragraph 1 should be on the top. Let's include the HR, which stands for horizontal line, in between the two paragraphs. So let's write the second paragraph. You can use it without the closing tag, or you can use it as a closing tag, as you can see. So let's write the second paragraph. This paragraph 2 should be below the horizontal line. That's how it's going to be. It should be at the bottom. So let's refresh. As you can see, the horizontal line divided the first paragraph and the second paragraph. So let's work on another example, preserving format. So clear your title and write preserve formatting example. So let's clear the body too. So how to use the preserve formatting example. We have the pre, which stands for the preserve, pre-opening tag and the closing tag. Let's put some function. This function Pretense, then string str string text, then the curly bracket alert pretense string text. So let's review it. Reload your browser. As you can see the format of the preserve formatting text. It will place it at the center of the text. Let's remove the pre and see what will happen. So after removing it, let's reload our browser. As you can see, it has changed the format. It's just writing it like paragraph. So that's the work of preserve formatting text. That's how it works. Let's go back to our browser. Let's clear it and let's do another properties in HTML. Let's clear our body. So working on nested element example. Let's clear the body. H1. This is italics. So italics is represented by I, opening tag and closing tag. Then whatever text you want it to be in italics should be inside the opening tag and the closing tag of the I, which is the opening tag and the closing tag of the italics. So heading, then adding heading to the paragraph. The only aspect you want is to show italic is the italics, which is I. Let's do some paragraph. This is U, which stands for underline. Opening tag and closing tag for U is underline. So underlined. Let's preview the two in our browser. In our browser. So this is italics heading and this is underline paragraph. Let's save it and reload it in our browser. So as you can see, this is italics and the italics this is italics and this is underline paragraph, as you can see. Let's do another properties in HTML. Let's clear our body. Let's clear the body and let's rename our title. So aligned attribute example. Aligned attribute example. That's another property in HTML. Let's clear the body too. So we use the align attribute to align a particular text object probably to the right, to the center and to the left. The left, the center and the right. So the in between your opening tag of your P, you put align left, which it will start from the left side and we write from, let's write some paragraph too so that you understand what I'm saying. This is left aligned let's write another paragraph again for the center and let's write another paragraph for the right. For the right, then let's change it to this is right aligned and we change that one to 2. This is centered align. So let's preview it in our browser to see the results. Let's reload. As you can see, the first paragraph is placed by the left, which is this is left aligned, and the second one center and the right, and the third one this is right aligned. So that's how to align the text or the property in HTML using the align type. So let's work on another HTML property, which is the core attributes. So we have 4 core attributes. 4 core attributes in HTML. Let's write some paragraphs so that we can insert the core attributes. So these are the 4 attributes in core attributes in HTML: the ID, the title, class, and style. So let's work on another property, which is the style attribute. The style attribute. So let's clear our browser. Let's clear the body and let's add some paragraph. So adding the style. To add style in HTML, in my next video I will still talk more on that, but for now we are working on style to add font to our paragraph. As you can see, we are going to write 3 paragraphs here, and they will be having different fonts, which the first one is having font family, which is Fanada, and the second one sans serif, and the third one we are going to be using, let's use Coffee. So let's preview it in our browser. Let's preview it in our browser to see the results. So as you can see, let's reload our browser. So as you can see, let me zoom it out so that you can see very well. You see that the first paragraph font is different from the second paragraph font and the third paragraph font. So let's also add some color to the style property so that you can see the font very clearly. Let's give the first one a blue color, which is the color attribute, and the second one, let's give it color red. Let's give it color red, and the third one, let's give it color green. So let's preview it again in our browser to see the results. As you can see the font very clearly now that the 3 fonts are not the same. So let's clear our browser and let's do another HTML property. So now we are going to be doing the bold formatting. Bold formatting example. This is a way to bold a text in HTML. So let's write some paragraph and give it bold. Let's put some paragraph to make a text larger. That's what it sounds like, bolding a text. So this text is containing a bold text. Let's write it that way. And the bold is shortened by B, opening tag and closing tag of B. So we are going to put the bold in between the opening tag and the closing tag. We are going to put the bold in between the opening tag and the closing tag of B, which is represented by bold. So let's preview it in our browser to see the results. As you can see, this text is containing a bold word. So let's work on another HTML property. The strike formatting example. The strike text. So let's change the bold to the strike text. So let's say this text is containing a strike, which is strike, opening tag and closing tag. So let's put the strike in between the two, between the opening tag and the closing tag, which is this text is containing a strike text. So let's put this. So let's preview it in our browser to see the results. As you can see, this text is containing a strike text, which is the strike attribute as strike the text. So let's do another attribute, which is the monospace. Monospace is also a font family that comes out in a gray color, a gray format. So let's write some text in the paragraph to see how monospace works. So monospace is represented by double T, which is the opening tag and closing tag of double T. As you can see, let's put monospace in between. Monospace. Let's preview it in our browser to see how it works. Element, which is the subscript and the superscript. We are going to do the subscript and the superscript, which is, let's write some paragraph which this text is containing a subscript, and let's copy the paragraph again. So this text paragraph is containing a superscript, which is shortened by SUP, which is sub, and the subscript is shortened by sub, so superscript. So let's preview it in our browser to see how it works. Subscript text. Let's preview it in our browser. As you can see, this text is containing a subscript text. Below is sub, and the text is containing a subscript text above. So let's work on another HTML property, which is the inserted test example, inserted test example, and the deleted test example, the inserted test and the deleted test example. So let's edit our paragraph, and the inserted text is shortened by INS, opening tag and closing tag, INS, and the deleted text is shortened by DEL, DEL. So inserted text has same property like the underline text. We underline the particular area that we inserted. So, and the delete also work like strike. It will strike the text. So another format for insert is underline. You can use underline. And another format for delete is strike. You see that they work in the same format. So that's how they work. Let's work on another HTML property, which is the bold and the strong. So let's write the title strong format and bold example. So let's change it to paragraph. The first one we are going to be using this strong opening tag and closing tag, and the second one we are going to be using bold, which is represented by the opening tag and closing tag. So this text is containing a strong text, which is opening tag and the closing tag, and this text is also containing a bold, which is the opening tag and the closing tag of bold. So let's preview it in our browser to see the result. As you can see, they have the same thing in common. So let's work on another HTML property. Let's clear our title, which is the address. Now let's add some address format in the paragraph. So we clear the paragraph, then we are going to be using the address opening tag and the closing tag to write our sentence. So address opening tag and closing tag. So let's preview it in our browser. As you can see, it will write the address in a italic format. Now let's work on another HTML property. So how to insert link in HTML document. So insert link, that's our title. Then let's clear the body and write our anchor tag, which is A, represented by A. Link is represented by A, which is the anchor tag. Then A ref is where the link in between the double colon is where the link will be, and what we want it to display will be in between the opening tag and the closing tag of the anchor, which is learn more. So let's put a website link, which is www.google.com. So let's preview it in our browser to see the results. That's how to insert a link in a paragraph or in an object. Let's reload it. As you can see, it's working perfectly like a link. Now, the next HTML properties that we'll be working on is how to insert image on a web browser, as in our test code. So first of all, we go to where our file is initially saved. Then we create a new folder. We create a new folder inside where the document is saved. We create a new folder and we name the folder images. We save it. So after saving the folder, then we drag and drop all our images. Like, we copy our image inside the folder where the text document is saved. As you can see, we paste the image. Then let's go back to our, so let's rename the image so that you can get a better understanding. So rename my photo with camel case, my photo. So after renaming it to my photo, let's save it and go back to our VS Code. Let's go back to our VS Code, close it. So now we wanted to insert image. How to insert image? Insert image. Let's change our title to insert image.
No. No work today, John. I will do some. No. I will do some work.
So let's clear our body and input the image. So how to input image in HTML is by using the image shortcut, which is img. Image is represented by img, which is it also has an opening tag and a closing tag. Img opening tag and closing tag, which the image will be in between. So image src means the source of the image, which is our folder, our initial folder that we save the image, and we go to images and we pick the photo. As you can see, you can even write the photo name as in the image name. So the alt stands for alternative. Probably the image is not available, the alternative will be displayed on the screen on your browser in order to indicate to the user that the image is not available. Let's reload. As you can see, the image, that's how to insert image. Okay, let's remove the image and see how the alternate work. So let's delete the image. So let's preview it. Let's preview it in our browser. As you can see, the image is no longer available, so my photo will be the one to represent it. That's how to insert image in HTML. So moving on to the next property, let's delete our title. So the next one is, so the next property is list, and we have two types of lists. How to insert list in HTML? We have the ordered list and the unordered list. So let's first do the ordered list, which is represented by OL, opening tag and closing tag. Let's put LI represent the list. So in between the list, let's put some text. The first list is blue, the second list is, let's put red, and the third list, let's put green. So let's write for the ordered list too. That's how to write an ordered list. So now your ordered list, which is represented by UL, opening tag and closing tag, still list in property. So like we did for the ordered list, so let's put for the ordered list on ordered list, opening tag and closing tag of main list, which is blue, red, and green. Let's put the third one to green. Okay. So let's preview it in our browser. To see how this works. You notice that the ordered list is labeled with 1, 2, 3, and the ordered list is labeled with pillets. So the next property, which is table, HTML property, which is table, how to insert a table in your HTML project. So table also have opening tag and closing tag, and in between the table we have the table row, which is represented by TR, opening tag and closing tag, and we have the table data, which is represented by TD. So in between the table data, let's write some text. So the first one we are writing orange, and the second table data, let's put pineapple. In between pineapple. So the third paragraph, the third data, table data, let's put banana. In between the closing tag and the opening tag and the closing tag of. So let's review it in our browser to see the results. So as you can see, you see orange, pineapple, and banana. So let's put some border in between the table so that to make it look like a table. So we put border, which is 3 border. We are having 3 items and we put 3 border. Let's refresh. As you can see, orange, pineapple, and banana. So in my next video I will still explain more on the table when we are starting to use them on major projects. This is just an example to you in order for you to get idea of how it works. So I'm just doing the summary so that you can get the clue of how to use HTML property. So the next HTML property to talk on is form. We have different type of forms, but here we are just going to do the basics of how to use form. So let's clear the title and put form and delete our body. So like you used to see, like I said, we have a lot of form designs. So here is just the basic. Form also have a opening tag and closing tag. Let's put our form, which we are going to do the username and password and submit in this example. So the first one we are going to put input type, which is text, then name, which is equal to username. That's how the form properties used to look like in HTML. So let's put another one, input type, which is also text, and name, which is password. Name, password. So let's preview it in our browser to see how it looks like. has given us two container which we can input our text. So the password is not working fine because we also describe the type as text instead of password. So let's change it to password, and also let's put some placeholder in between the two inputs. So for the first one, we put a placeholder which is placeholder username. That's what will be displaying for the users to understand that this particular box is required to put username, and the other one is required to input their password. So placeholder for the other one, which is password. Your password. So let's preview it in our browser to see it. As you can see now, the two has changed. Your username, let's write some random name, and password which will be hidden, as you can see. Then let's put the submit button. How to insert button in HTML. So from button. So how to insert button so that we can submit our form. So button also has the opening tag and closing tag. Button, opening tag and closing tag. Let's put submit in between. Submit. So let's preview it in our browser. As you can see, your username, your password, and you can submit it. That's the simple form format in HTML. That's how to insert form in HTML. So let's still work on another project, another HTML document property. So this one is the HTML color. HTML color. How to insert color? We have the hexadecimal format, and we have the RGBA, and we have the RGB, which the RGB stands for red, blue, and green. So we are still going to, and also the HSL, which is the color gradient. You can use the gradient too in HTML. So when we are working on major project, like I said, we are going to be able to work on different aspects of those colors and how to use them. We have the background color and background and so on and so forth. So now, using the HTML5 properties, which is the header, navigate, article, and footer, to display our color, the type of color that we have. Like I said, we have the hexadecimal, which is represented by hashtag, then followed by the decimal numbers, and also the RGB, which is the color name. RGB, we stand for green, red, green, and blue. So let's type some style on how to add color to in HTML. Style is equal to double colon, then RGB, double colon, colon, RGB. So which is the red, green, and blue, as you can see. So the third one, which is the RGBA, which work with the opacity. So those are the way to input color in HTML. This is the article. This is the footer.
So in my next video, I'll be teaching you how to work with HTML and CSS together, how to use CSS to design HTML. So we have 3 ways in which you can link HTML and CSS together, which is the inline CSS, internal CSS, and the external CSS. So stay tuned, subscribe to this channel, turn on the notification button, and watch us for my next video.